What is happening, viewers? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have round 2 of the ACR MX5 Championship this week from Spa-Francorchamps. Quite like Spa, we were quietly confident going into this round, looking at a P5 if possible, tickling for a podium position. So what's the standings after round 1? Really quick and easy. Bo Dixon on 56, Paul Matthews on 43. We are third in 35. Only 3 more points down to 5th place, which is Anton Temenga. 2 new drivers this week for TX3 Racing. We've got a new team that's joined us, Dylan DaCosta and Enzo Gibbert, both very quick, especially Dylan DaCosta. He's looking very quick. He is not too far off of Bo's pace, which is what we're aiming for, but he is rapid if you watch round 1. So what are you going to see tonight? You're going to see me very frustrated. Number 1, we fucked up quali for the 2nd week in a row, which puts us really on the back foot. We are sending it a lot during race 1. And in race 2 for the reverse grid, we get involved in an incident. You be the judge, let me know. Anthony Hobbs apologises to us. These things happen, but you'll see it during race 2. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. We're starting the race 1 in P11. Let's crack on. Here we go, guys. Grab yourself a beer, sit yourself on the sofa, and look forward to the next 25 minutes of door-to-door close racing. As we said, P11, we fucked up quali for the 2nd week in a row, hence the rosy cheeks. We are fuming with ourselves. So we're going to try and make things happen because we think we've got pace in this one and we want to use it, and especially with the red mist coming down, we need to make some moves. We're just waiting for the green flag to come out now. Anthony Hobbs and Josh Schneider just ahead of us as we take the green flag now. So we get a good start. Like I say, Hobbs and Schneider, sounds like a Fast and Furious film, just ahead of us. And we're going to send it on down the inside on the brakes. Get it done into turn 1. There's 2 positions done. Now we line up behind Dralai. I think I've said that name correctly. And we don't want the toe. That's why we've moved to the left-hand side. We're too close. We want to get a good run through Eau Rouge and over the top of Radion so we can carry this momentum past him on the Temple Straight. Just have a little lift, make sure we get to the apex. We don't want to do track limits. Get a good run off the top of the corner. It looks like we've done that well. We're just going to pull out now after using some of the draft. Hopefully get a little bit of a toe from the car ahead of us, which I think we have done. That is looking nice. Into P8. Now we're just trying to pick our braking point. The end of the straight. We've got Simon Wardle ahead of us. We get a good run through here compared to Simon. We'll try and carry the speed as best we can. We've got a good run. He's going to go to the middle of the circuit to try and cover. We're going to go further to the inside than that. Send one down the inside of the brakes.
Berger Mazeman finds himself in P6. Lovely battle then between Adam Christopher, who's already up to P7. That is some drive.
Thanks very much, Luke. That is some drive. We are up to P7, just behind Berger Mazeman, who I think either misses a shift here or he's got a slowdown penalty, one or the other. But yeah, horrible run off the corner. We're going straight down the inside and into P6, halfway around the first lap. Great start there. As we're now going to skip ahead. By about 2 laps, we move ahead because nothing really happens, because now we're catching this battle for the top 5. And so the closing rate is slowed down quite a bit. We're having to work quite hard now to close these guys. So we've got Mark Cloud and Enzo Gibbert holding 4th and 5th ahead of us. Temenga in 3rd.
Ooh, battle for the lead. So Dylan DaCosta is nearly close enough to take an opportunity of an overtake. Enzo Gibbert battling with Mark Cloud. Gibbert holds the outside line, going to use all of the curb. Mark Cloud, I think, will have the track position. He does have that track position. As we head down towards Bruxelles, this is lovely stuff from both of them. 2 MX5s giving it absolute hell for leather. Mark Cloud then squeezing and actually leaving a door open potentially for the likes of Adam Christopher to get involved. Mark Cloud's still not got this done, by the way. Enzo Gibbert still trying to find himself that overlap. Mark Cloud's going to run wide. That might be a slowdown penalty. Hasn't shown up on our screen. So in all fairness, it probably isn't. Come down through Pua. 8 minutes to go. Some race this. Front 2 separated by 4/10 of a second.
So we are on to this battle for the top 5. It's looking good. We're very happy with the progress so far. Still a bit fuming after quali. We struggled to check that off actually. We had the ump quite a while during this race. Yeah, I need to work on that for next week. We need to make sure that we don't fuck up quali anymore. get out nice and early, put a banker lap in, and then try and worry about putting a good time in. We get a good run through. Now we're coming towards the end of the lap. We don't really want the toe yet. We're just going to sort of hover around to the left, and now we're going to sort of tuck in. We're looking for a good... We're going to have to try and be clever in how we pass these guys, because they're having their own little scrap. Temenga's, what, 1.6 seconds ahead of us? We're going to get a good run through, looking at the final chicane. We're going to go to the outside and give it. Can we do the pair of them? I don't think we're going to do the pair of them. We're going to try and do one of them on the brakes, try and get around the outside, inside for the left. The Gibber's going to pinch us over that curb. Really good driving. And we stay in P6. We're now looking to try and get a good run off the top of Radion. Through a Rouge, over the top of Radion. See if we can make something happen there.
Enzo Gibber still trying to get past Mark Cloud. This is given the opportunity now for Adam Christopher to catch up, and potentially we'll be battling for P4. Not sure a podium's in the offering. Looks like Temenga might be a little bit too far up the road. But I tell you what, Gibber and Mark Cloud, if they go through here side by side, Adam Christopher, well, he'll be loving this because there's a massive opportunity of closing that gap. But Gibber comes through. It's a lovely move through Radion over the top of Eau Rouge, and Mark Cloud's going to respond in kind. It's a lovely battle. It's 3 wide now between all of them. And as we head then down towards Les Combes, along the Camel Straight, Enzo Gibber not pushing Mark Cloud here. He's just in the slipstream. He'll look to then try and make the move. But I'll tell you what, I think this might be a double move for Adam Christopher. It is Adam Christopher on the brakes then towards Les Combes, and it's a double move. Up to P4 then for Christopher. Potentially looking at moving towards Anton Temenga.
Can we move towards Anton Temenga? 2 seconds to make up. We're going to skip now towards the end of the race.
Brilliant driving from all of these drivers. Some race. We'll stay on board with this battle until we come out of Les Combes, the chicane after the Camel Straight. So head all the way down. Bo will hold that inside line. Da Costa, I'm not sure, has got the momentum enough to really make a move. Gap between Temenga and Christopher now 1.3 seconds, and the gap is coming down. Simon Wardle with a penalty by the looks of things. He's got to take a slowdown. He was right behind Lenny de Jong.
It's a great scrap at the front, as you can see, between Bo Dixon and Da Costa. It looks as though Temenga's had a slowdown penalty because we've really closed in on him. We're just going to come down now. We're going to look to the inside just to scare him more than anything, and it works. Rear steps out. We keep the apex up into P3. Starting 11. This race has gone better than we could have expected, really. But now can we hold it? That's the focus now. We're into P3. Temenga's quick. Can we hold it until the end of the race?
As it stands, Bo has now got a 9/10 of a second advantage over Da Costa. Start voting for your driver there. Forgot about that. Should probably do that. And also let me know in the chat if you've enjoyed this race. If you have, hit that follow button. It's free to do so. Simon Wardle's loving the track with this today. We're going to be heading on to our final lap of today's race right now.
So, penultimate lap. We're about to go on to the final lap. We've got a 4/10 gap to Temenga, but he's staying with us, and this slipstream is just going to tow him all the way around, probably round the final lap. There's no point weaving here. We're just going to try and just keep our minimum speed up as best we can. But you can see that gap's come down from 4/10 down to 2.5 tenths. He has a great run through there. We're now at less than 2 tenths as he's closing in. I don't think he's going to make the lunge. He does make the lunge. We've got to give a little bit of room to the inside. The rear's going to step out. But we managed to hold it. And now all we're focusing on is a good run through Eau Rouge and Radion.
Worked out nicely here for Christopher. They're going to run down towards La Source. I think you've got to be cleverer here if you're Temenga. I think you've got to, wow, Adam Christopher's just done exactly what Temenga should have done. Not really put any pressure on the side, just to sit back, because otherwise you're just inviting pressure from the two behind.
So we backed out of it. We backed out of it deliberately to try and get the toe. Have we fucked that up? Have we timed it properly?
Dylan Da Costa, is he close enough to mount a challenge? I'm not sure he is. No, the slipstream is going to prove to be a bit too far to bridge that gap. It's definitely closing in. Has gained maybe half a tenth by the time they get down towards the chicane. Yeah, maybe about a tenth and a bit. Enzo Gibbert trying to ward off the pressure of Mark Cloud, has done successfully. So Adam Christopher then is going to send it around the outside of Anton Temenga. Temenga on the curbs, using all of the curbs. But I tell you what, by the time they get... No, he's not. Anton Temenga still has got the overlap. Adam Christopher on the power a little bit earlier. It's brilliant racing from them all. Touching wing mirrors as we head down towards Bruxelles. Temenga's going to hold the apex on the inside. Runs out of grip, but again, still keeps it in check. And as we head down towards No Name, Adam Christopher still has the bonnet just ever so slightly up in front. Brilliant stuff, but all of a sudden, look at this, Gibbert and Mark Cloud all battling for what would be that third position. Looks like Bo Dixon's going to go out there and get a race victory. Dylan DaCosta on his debut will pick up a P2, but we've got to stay on board with this. I think we could potentially see a 4 wide situation by the time we get down towards that final braking zone. Bo Dixon, merely a few corners to go before we head on to the final run down towards Blanchimont. Here it is. And enough has been done for sure. So we've got to check out this battle. Adam Christopher leads the battle. Then we got Temenga. Then we have Enzo Gibbert. Then we have Mark Cloud. The race victory is going to go to Bo. Second is going to go to Dylan DaCosta. But what about the podium? The final podium spot. It comes down to 3 corners. 2 of them belong to the chicane. It's super close between these 3 cars. Mark Cloud's not going to get involved. And Enzo Gibbert is going to take the outside line. Anton Temenga will probably go over and cover it off. It is ever so slightly 3 wide. Gibbert's going to lose the car, just about gets it back in check. But as we go across the line, Adam Christopher, no qualifying time, has ended up putting himself up into a podium position.
And breathe as we cross the line in P3. Good race, that one. We're still pissed off from quali. We need to have a word with ourselves, really. So, P3 from P11 on the grid for race 1. Now it's time for the reverse grid. The top 19 get reversed. So as you can see, we're going to start P17. Dylan DaCosta and Bo Dixon right behind of us. Behind of us? Behind us. Just looking at who we've got ahead of us. Temenga, Gibbert. We take the green flag. We've got a really good run. We're going to look to the inside again, but we've got to be careful. We are going to look to the inside again. We're going to try and get 2 rows. Berger Maisman, we get it stopped. We get it stopped, but Berger Maisman taps them into a spin.
There's maybe a bit of argy-bargy in the background here. Adam Christopher getting involved in that. Already moved up a couple of spots. Bo Dixon dropping, well, not dropping down. Dylan DaCosta and him making up 1 spot already. Anton Temenga dropping a bit further back.
So, no damage from that. We're up to P14. Bit aggressive, but there we go. No contact from us. We just stuck it where it was a bit rude to do so. Great run over the top down to Kemmel Straight. We're now looking where we can go. Look at this. So we're going to try and now we drafted past someone. We're going to go down the outside. And look at this, loads of room down the left-hand side, down the outside. We're going to send it deep on the brakes. See if we can get around the outside of John Gray, which gives us the inside for the left. The 21 car looks slow. We've got to tuck back in on the inside. But we don't want to get caught now. We need to try and go forward. While we've got that gap there, we don't want to get stuck behind anyone. We're going to keep our nose in. Just hang it round 2 by 2. Keep it on the curb. If we can get clear now, just on the exit, we've done it. Up into P11 from 17th on the grid. Another good start. Can we get the run now off the corner to Josh Schneider? We haven't got a great one. We haven't got much of an overlap, but we're going to be rude again and we're going to just send it on the brakes into Pouon. And we get it. And look who's behind us. Diego DaCosta is coming through as well. No sign of Bo Dixon yet. But DaCosta is not mucking about. He looks like he's following us through. Now we've got this pack ahead of us. We're all just holding each other up. Not intentionally, they're just side by side. No one can find any room. They're banging doors of each other. We're trying to look for the right gap if we can do. DaCosta now into P11 behind us. Still no sign of Bo Dixon yet. Where can we go? Which side do we pick? We're trying to just find the right way through this pack.
start. Paul Matthews catching up to Van Vorselen as we run down towards Blanchimont. Look at all of these MX5s in the background. Look at them all. So many of them. Oh, gotta be careful. Gotta be respectful, guys. Come on. Down towards the bus stop chicane.
So we're up to P9. John Gray ahead of us. Diego da Costa just lining up behind us. We're going to try and send it down the outside again. Late on the brakes. John Gray tries to keep it, runs to the guy ahead of him, but we're just going to hang it round and we get the position. We are up into P8. Dylan da Costa following us through, look behind. I don't really know now which side to pick. We're trying to keep them both at bay at the same time, trying to get a good run on the Chow ahead of us. As we break down for the first corner, we try and stay in the middle of the road. We get a good run through the apex. That's the Chow done. Now we're up into P7. Again, like earlier, we don't want the toe. It's too early. We want the good one off the top of Radion. So we're just going to touch the brakes. Look, we're going to feather the brakes a little bit just to give us that gap. But we still don't know which side to go. We're going to try and go to the left. We've made that work. But look at Da Costa around the outside of both of us. He's got the best run. And now look in the mirror, that black car passing 4 people. Bo Dixon, he's going to try and come down the outside of us. He's pulling up alongside. He just made 4 positions in one go. We're not going to have this. If we can, we're going to be so late on the brakes. Get it stopped as best we can. We don't want to get stuck now behind Lefebvre. We're going to hang it round the outside, keep our nose in, which gives us the inside for the right-hander. Yeah, nice. Now we're going to go straight for the defensive. Cover these guys off behind us. We're going to send it in far too deep, but we do manage to catch it.
And well, we are seeing contact between Bo. So Bo Dixon is falling down the order, ladies and gentlemen. This is not going to be another race victory for Bo. And I'm not sure if it was Lefebvre. Maybe it was Salah. I'm not too sure who that was with. But Bo, I do know who it was with. It was Lefebvre. Just saw the green tint at the front of the car. So Bo has now got a slowdown penalty as well. But Bo Dixon, as it stands, is outside the points finishing positions. I'm not sure it's going to stay like that. I'm pretty sure he'll catch up to a couple of people. As Anthony Hobbs moved past Dylan da Costa. Now Dylan da Costa, I think, is retaking the position he has. So now da Costa off to chase down Werner Van Vorselen. Enzo Gibber already up into P2 behind Paul Matthews. This is the battle for the lead. Well, Adam Christopher's behind all of this now, so he's lost out somewhere along the line. Maybe to Dylan da Costa. So as we head all the way down towards Blanchimont, Anthony Hobbs squeezing Adam Christopher, as you would expect. You've got to be careful here because you will lose a lot of time if you run through here side by side.
So we take the position from Anthony Hobbs. Temenga is now looking to the outside of Hobbs behind us, but we think we've got this covered. We're going to brake nice and deep on the brakes. There's no one there. We're going to turn in. Anthony Hobbs runs in the back of us. The right rear quarter spins us round. We're fucked. That's it. Look at that. Drop in like a stone as we get back in the race now.
And Adam Christopher, who now is only just ahead of Bo Dixon, I think he could have taken the lead of this championship with a race victory, or at least put a massive dent into that championship lead. But now, Bo is probably going to be fighting for position. And as crazy as this might sound, Bo Dixon might still end up extending his championship lead. The lead now held by Enzo Gibber, just ahead of Paul Matthews. 8 minutes 50 seconds to go.
And that has not done a lot for our mood. We've now got Bo Dixon right behind us, 14th and 15th. He's going to get a great run through the top of Radion, and he's just going to pull to the side. Best thing we can do now is just work together. Right, let's go forward together. Both of us can move forward if we just go with each other. So he gets the toe. We'll try and send it down the inside of Lefebvre. Lefebvre might be letting him go there, but we're going to have that as well. There's no way we're getting caught behind. So we send it through as well, and we're just going to look at catching the back of Bo and just staying with him if we can. Andy Hobbs apologised. These things happen, so be it. We now skip ahead further into the race. As you can see now, Bo's managed to catch the drivers ahead of him. There's a good gaggle of cars here. We could make up some good positions if the pair of us are smart, shall we say. It looks as though Mark Cloud either lets him through or has a slowdown, but there's no way we're not having that as well. So we're going to go straight down the inside and make that happen so we can keep up with Bo. I mean, Bo's managed to open up, what, a second lead over us in the lap or so that we were behind him, catching the rest, lap and a half, I think it was. So, yeah, he's got pace on us, but we can go with him forward as he starts creating gaps with the cars around us. Look at this gaggle of cars that we're catching up on now. This is where we've got to make things happen.
Will Van Vorselen be able to hold on to this position? Simon Ward will have to back out. Salai's around the outside. This is literally what you will find in a dictionary if you look up the word cork in a bottle, or the words. Van Vorselen is that cork right now. Salai sends one up the inside. They both slide off circuit. I think Salai might be looking at a bit of trouble there. Going to let Van Vorselen go, I think. Salai definitely slid in where the nose was not needed or indeed wanted. Adam Christopher's going to get past Wardle, so that whole group messing around is actually giving Bo and Christopher a chance to close the gap. A chance to close the gap to that group in front, and maybe a chance to grab 3 or even 4 positions. Down towards the final chicane. Remember, you can vote for your driver today. Hashtag vote in the chat. Click the link. Bob Gideo's brother. There's a mistake there, actually. There is a big mistake. That's Volker de Chow. So Volker de Chow drops down to 10th. Adam Christopher and Bo Dixon both move up to 8th and 9th, respectively. Lenny de Jong at the head of this train. He's had so many fights with Bo over the years. We see Volker de Chow send one, not quite going to work out. So Adam Christopher now with a bit of clear track to work with. Who's that in front of them? Is that Kim Lays? It is Kim Lays. So Kim Lays has lost the spot. Bo Dixon's going to get his nose just up in front. Lenny de Jong is probably going to follow Bo through. How aggressive is Kim Lays going to be? He's not going to be aggressive at all. And over through Radion, now Eau Rouge. Kim Lays is going to be under pressure for Adam Christopher. Christopher's got some run here. Some run he's got indeed. He's going to not only get Kim Lays, I think he might get Lenny de Jong. Does Bo Dixon move over to help Christopher? He does. And look at this. Look at it. It's like a swarm of bees. Swarm of bees.
So we are up into P7 with Bo Dixon. Yes, okay, we stray on track limits and we need to give back just over a 10. But we're taking that. We're taking that. And we don't feel guilty about it either. We're now going to skip ahead towards the end of the race. This looks like that's it for us. But let's look at that battle for the lead.
Adam Christopher is 1.4 seconds behind Bo. I don't think Bo's going to gain any more spots either. He's got one more lap to go. It's 3 seconds to find Omberg Amazement. And it comes down to the teammates, both drivers for TX3, who's going to get their debut race win. First weeks, they've both raced here at ACR. Dylan DaCosta versus Gibbert for the race victory. Didn't work out in race 1, but in race 2, there was a genuine opportunity for the both of them.
So this definitely looks like it's for us, P6 and P7, for Dixon and ourselves. But just check out this battle for the win between the teammates.
Dylan DaCosta in behind Enzo Gibbert. There's a little push there. So they're trying to work together. They don't need to now. Is there going to be an overtake? They are obviously teammates, but they are both battling for an individual championship. No such thing as a team championship in this one. As we go in towards, well, I tell you what, there's no love lost there. There's absolutely no love lost there. They are battling for the race victory. This is great to see. Oh, massive contact. An absolute shunt city. As we run down towards Bruxelles for the very final time. So through the middle sector, Dylan DaCosta trying to find the overlap around the outside. The all-white car is Enzo Gibbert. The red trimmed bonnet, Dylan DaCosta. Who will get the race victory? You know that DaCosta's going to have that slipstream running all the way down towards Blanchimont, but will it be enough? Will Enzo Gibbert, has he got something here that he can work with? Because right now it's going to be like taking candy from a baby. Blanchimont's going to save him, but it comes down to the bus stop chicane. It's going to be the outside line taken or chosen from Dylan DaCosta. He's still not going to make it happen. The bus stop chicane is where it's at. I favour the outside line. I think the outside line is the best line to make an overtake. If you send one up the inside, I think it's defendable. And I'll tell you what, Gibbert has taken that inside line. As we go then turn towards the bus stop chicane, So run by DeGosta to go around the outside. Giebert loses traction midway through the corner. Giebert gets his car across, defends the position, and Giebert will take the race victory. Yes, they're teammates, but can you tell that they were fighting for position? You absolutely can. It's a race victory then for Enzo Giebert. Dylan DeCosta finishes in second position.
So you might have seen there Paul Matthews off at the side of the road, which puts us up to P6 after all that. Overall, a frustrating evening of racing, as you can see from the look on my boat race. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Better luck next week for Norris Ring. Make sure you tune in. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. See you next time. All the best.